In this final episode, we travel back to Brisbane, where Mum and I take Graham to the airport so he can board a flight to his home in New Zealand. Our trip back to Bundaberg, back into our past, is over, and we resume our present-day lives, perhaps a little wiser for the experience of confronting pieces out of our past. Traveling back to the place of our youth awoke forgotten memories and shed new light into old ways of looking at things. Some old beliefs have been re-examined as more information became available. It has been said that our past doesn't change, but how we think and feel about it can change, with important implications for our life. So that begs the question for Graham: what has changed, and what does it all mean?
It didn't take you long
There's
to
all this
wake up
other
and
stuff
play your
going-
jokes, didn't
Other
it?
stuff going on.
This isn't like when we were at Wavell Heights and I used to try to get you to wake up in the morning.
Now we have to live through
You
what
weren't
is
very
exploits.
bright until about
What?
3 o'clock in the
That's
afternoon.
because in those days I was out shagging girls like this.
So, Mum, do you think that Graham has learned something from this trip? Do you think he has figured out where his true roots are? You don't think that? You don't think that he's been redeemed?
Well, does
Do you
he
think
think?
I've found spiritual enlightenment? In my search for spiritual enlightenment, do you feel that I have now, because I have returned to the promised land, discovered the location of the Holy Grail, identified the true identity of the Yeti, and came back in one piece?
I don't think he's been redeemed, Mum. Do you think he's been redeemed? Huh?
Okay. Oh,
Mum, do you think he's been redeemed?
doesn't sound like, does it?
It doesn't sound like it. Graham, you don't get your final seal of approval from Mum?
It's okay, we've still got another half an hour.
Okay, half an hour left.
I can work on it.
So we're on the way to the airport. We're going to be delivering Graham. Graham is going to be returning to his land, New Zealand. And the big question continues to be, what has he learned? Has he received Mum's approval? And has he found spiritual enlightenment? All of those questions.
Well, I've discovered the Yeti.
That doesn't count, does it? Well, I guess.
No, I don't. Yeah, you're probably right. It probably doesn't count. Spiritual enlightenment. Well, I've looked at it.
He stared it in the face.
Stared it in the face and looked back at me and said, "You got."
Mum, we figured out that if Graham had stayed on the promised land,
I would have been spiritually.
He would have been
enlightened.
much further along right now.
I
in his
certainly
development as a human being,
I certainly wouldn't have. I would have been in a lot of pain, but I would not have felt it. I would have grumbled a lot, but I would not have been. I would have not felt any pain.
So, Mum, do you think Graham would have been better off if he had stayed on the promised land?
Mom, what do you think about me staying on the
I think
promised
he's
land?
better off doing what he's.
What?
I don't think he's
Shagging all them women?
enjoy the farm.
You don't think he would have enjoyed
I would
that?
enjoy the farm. Keep going.
Keep going straight.
No, up here. Yeah. What, Mom? So, Mom, do you think I will ever get approval, Mom? Do you think this trip there was some indication that maybe, in the land of promises and suffering, that maybe I did do my share of suffering, Mom? Do you feel that there was some acknowledgement that maybe A, I did actually go there. B, I did other things other than what the marketing machine said I did. And C, that I actually did endure, the normality of the promised land, and that is pain and suffering.
Graham wants some acknowledgement that it was hard on
of
the
the
farm,
pain and suffering,
that he went of what he went through.
You know the Australian philosophy of development of character.
Development.
Oh my God.
Huh?
Well,
I think Mum's onto
life
something.
Experiences should make you learn.
Well, Mum is saying that if you
Even-
stayed on the farm, Gray, that
And listened to the old man,
character would have
been much better.
in a much greater way.
No, I'm not saying that.
Oh,
You agree with Graham's decision to go off shagging women?
Mom, what do you think about that? You're not acknowledging that I did any pain and suffering, but you're acknowledging that my journey, was the correct one ultimately. Mom.
Well, I don't know. You probably turned out all right.
You got approval, Graham. Approval.
50 years.
Did you see that?
You probably turned out all right.
That's good.
I need another 50 at least.
You probably turned out all right.
It probably turned out okay.
There's a proviso there. It's the probably.
Probably.
There's a chance that you may not have.
Mom.
Well,
Mum?
it is early in the morning and I am tired.
It is early and Mum is tired. However, I probably turned out all right.
She's in a weakened state.
This is a weakened state.
She said you probably turned out okay.
So, do you think,
I'll
David?
rephrase it,
Did you think?
Mum's going to rephrase it.
that you turned out all right.
You too.
What can I say?
You can erase
Next
it.
50 years.
There it is. We'll have to wait for the next.
Next 50 years.
You turned out all right, Graham.
Damn.